good. Good enough for the girls we go with.
Eli and Tyler Rathke are related.
Bill's bait shop. I'm gonna start no business. Not too late.
Howdy.
Too late.
I'm getting your lineup written down right now, at least the one we have.
Okay.
We only have Beef River. Ryan just got here from Utah, so.
Oh.
Yep, around the air. Everything looks good.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. High stakes game tonight.
You got
Falcons.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Where?
So this looks like major league stuff here.
That's the receiver
this
for
where
our
all the-
center field camera.
This is where all the cool people are, though.
Oh.
And that's our new Wi-Fi thing.
Oh, okay.
And it's got
Yeah.
serious cuts to it. We get a decent
Where you
signal
at?
from the baseball field in Colfax, which we were not getting the last couple of years.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
all right.
And I just put the cap here, and I turned the
awesome.
volume down so it's not going to blast your eardrums to the opposite side of the head.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, yep. Okay, back. Yep. Yeah, we got it. Hey, Dan. Yeah, we'll be on there in just about a minute.
Then I need you to, as soon as you go on, I need you to run down and take a picture of the cap so they know. Ryan might have it now.
You want to watch this?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, we.
Take a picture and email it to me, or text it to me or something. I've seen the ospreys up there now.
Oh, the nest got wider, it looks like. Or is that?
That just might be your memory.
Yeah, that could be.
They were up there last game feeding the youngins, but I don't even see youngins up there right now.
NLWN-TV presents the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Now, join us as we get ready for baseball in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to Auto Vision Center and Lutheran Social Services Night at the Ballpark and tonight's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Chippewa River Baseball League game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. The Cavaliers come into today's game following their 12-4 season opening loss to the Whitehall Whitetails 10 days ago, while the Bullfrogs were winners in their CRBL opener against the Augusta Athletics 10-9, and that was also on May 3rd. Coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Bullfrogs. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemister's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Bemister Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see how this season has gotten underway. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from historic Carson Park in Eau Claire. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout as you're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
School, it feels like everyone's staring at me and I'm just kind of not really a person.
It just feels hard today. Nobody was listening to me.
And I'll try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Welcome back to the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Beef River Bullfrogs in a Chippewa River Baseball League game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. The Cavaliers, who are 0-1 in the CRBL, are coming off a 12-4 loss to the Whitehall Whitetails in their season opener back on May 3rd, while the Bullfrogs, who are 1-0 in the CRBL, are coming off a 10-9 win over the Augusta Athletics, and that was also on May 3rd. Now, in the game against the Whitetails, the Cavaliers showed some off-season rust in the field, committing an uncharacteristic 4 errors in the field and seemed unable to get the bats going until the 7th inning. They were led at the plate by Xavier Bemister, who went 3 for 4, including a run scored.
There's a shot out in the left field, falls in for a base hit. So it's a 3-hit day for Xavier Bemister. And he shared the ball equally to all 3 outfields. He singled to center, singled to right, and now singled to left.
Trenton Palmer hit an RBI double to right field in the 7th inning to score Blake Bemister, who was running for Jerome Delikowski.
And the pitch. There's a shot out in the left center field. It finds a gap. Bemister rounds third. He's going to come in to score. And checking in at second is Trenton Palmer. Good solid double by Palmer out into right field as Blake Bemister comes in to score.
Ashton Kroll hit a sacrifice fly to right field in the 8th inning to score Xavier Bemister.
There's a fly ball out towards right field. Santillan makes the catch. Tagging and coming in to score is Bemister. So a sacrifice fly by Ashton Kroll.
A couple of hitters later, Brett Olson struck out, and that's when Whitehall catcher Alex Sartor fired the ball to first base. However, the ball went out into right field, allowing Caden Erickson and Mark Aponte to score on the error.
Cavaliers have the bases loaded. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. Olson goes down looking. And the ball got thrown down to first, and the runners keep going. And that's an error by the catcher. He threw it down the first baseline. So coming in to score was Caden Erickson and Mark Aponte.
The Cavaliers did perform some sparkling plays in the field, such as Ashton Kroll's running and diving catch in left, while robbing Whitehall Sartor of a base hit.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Fly ball out towards left field. Kroll comes over to make a nice catch. Alex Kroll with a nice running catch.
On the mound, Eli Rathke took the loss for the Cavaliers, going 2 1/3 innings, allowing 8 runs with only 3 being earned. Rathke struggled with his control by giving up 7 hits and walking 5. Now, coming on in relief was Laydell Torres, who went 5 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 runs with only 1 being earned on 3 hits while walking 2 and striking out 7. Pitching the 9th was newcomer James Schutte, who allowed 1 run on 1 hit and walked 2. The Beef River Bullfrogs, like the Cavaliers, have been idle since their season opening game back on May 3rd with a 10-9 win over the Augusta Athletics. Now, last season, the Bullfrogs faced the Cavaliers twice, with the Cavs winning both times by scores of 14-6 and 10-0. This year, with limited opportunities, the Bullfrogs are being led at the plate by Wes Boyarski, who's hitting at a .500 pace by going 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles. He's followed by Ryan Gray, who's also hitting .500, going 2 for 4 with a double and a single. Carter Johnson is hitting .400 by going 2 for 5 with a single and a home run. On the mound, Ethan Bartles has had the most work with 5 innings pitched, allowing no earned runs. Ty Felstead picked up the win for the Bullfrogs while allowing 1 run on 2 hits in 1 inning of work. Now, the Cavaliers are currently being led at the plate by Xavier Bemister, who's hitting at a .750 pace and a run scored. He's followed by Trenton Palmer, who's hitting .333 with a double and an RBI. Jerome Delikowski, along with Brett Olson, are also hitting .333 to round out the Cavaliers, hitting .300 or better. The leading pitcher thus far for the Cavaliers is Laydell Torres, who has an ERA of 1.59 in 5 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 1 earned run on 3 hits while walking 2 and striking out 7. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemister's perspective as we chat with him on the Ryan Bemister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait, reach out.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemister Show.
Today, once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers will continue their Chippewa River Baseball League action as they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs down in Strum. But before we talk about today's game, let's talk about some of the new faces on the Cavaliers. In the past, the Cavs have generally added young players when they've added new players, but not quite so much this year. What brought about that change?
I think a lot of it had to do with a lot of returning players. The coaches and I kind of got together and we thought, first off, we'd maybe start with a smaller roster and just more playing time, more this, a couple less games than we played in the years past, so we don't need to carry such a long, big roster. And then, if we get that core together and keep that core together for a little bit, then we can just infuse 1 or 2 younger guys into it. So we were trying to keep small little roster. It didn't turn out that way. We still got our 18, 19 guys. But there's part-time guys that are going to be in and out. We got guys like Hull and Ecker that aren't going to be here for full seasons. And we got college guys that won't be here for full seasons. And so, just instead of going after a bunch of young guys, I just wanted to keep the guys we had. We only lost 2 from last year, realistically, that we didn't know we were losing. And just let those guys play a little bit more and just kind of have one season to see how that goes.
Now, the Cavaliers play in the Chippewa River Baseball League South Division, and they've qualified for the CRBL playoffs each season under your tutelage. That said, most eyes would be on the Cavs, the Eau Claire Bears, and the Osseo Merchants, who are perennial powerhouses in the South. But who do you see as teams that could be ready to make that next step?
I think Chippewa Falls is right there. They kind of showed a little bit last year, making that championship game. I think the one team that people might sleep on a little bit on is Jim Falls. I think they're think they're better than people think they are.
Well, they beat us or beat Cadott in the opener.
Yeah, you're going to have shorthanded games a little bit right away, so you're not going to get a true scale. But I think that's a true scale one. I think they're the real deal out there. I think they're going to make a little bit of push, if not in the CRBL. I think they're going to make some noise in the WBA. Personally, Whitehall with what they did last year, I think is another good team. And there's just, teams are just trying to put things together sometimes too. Tilden's down a little bit. That's not normal for Tilden. They're going to come back around a little bit there. Bloomer's still trying to build that program up. With the new guys out there, they finally got coaches that are sticking around a little bit. So hopefully you got to build that program up a little bit and see where it goes from there. And then then you got the scrappy guys like Beef River. They're always going to be competitive in every game. If they just get one more pitcher, and I think you and I have talked about this, that's the next step for those guys. So if they can just have one more arm, it seems like they can make a push and maybe make some noise too in the CRBL.
Now, back in the opener 10 days ago against Whitehall, the Cavs roster was a little bit thin. Who are you expecting and maybe hoping to get back?
We'll have Brayton Hesselman we'll have Hesse and we'll have Brayton Tillman back.
You put them together as
I did put them together because they're one player. Because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, so we'll have an outfielder and a first baseman back with us, and then we'll be getting Milner and Sam back, Knickerbocker. So we'll have our starting catcher and our, you would call a number one in a staff if we could have a number one. I mean, I feel like I've got 4 number ones, so it doesn't really matter. But Millie with the experience he's had on the mound, and being all conference type stuff, it'll be really important to get those guys back.
Now, today the Cavaliers will be taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs, who the Cavs swept last season fairly handily if you just look at the scores, 14-6 and 10-0. But those aren't indicative of the way those games got played. What can you tell us about this year's Bullfrogs?
It's still going to be like they always have been, a pain in the butt to play. They're always a fun team to play. They always find ways to just kind of stay in games as long as they can. And like I said, they're just an arm or maybe 2 arms away from really being able to put some teams away. They play us hard every single year. It's a fun team to play. I really enjoy those. Bartles has got a great thing going over there. I think they've added a couple of guys too from the school area, which is going to help them out immensely going forward. So it's a fun team to play. It's one of those teams that I look forward to playing. As we even added them as an extra game this year for a non-conference. So we're playing them 3 times instead of 2. I mean, it's just because the guys get along so well and they're just so much fun to play.
Now, if all goes according to Hoyle, who are you planning on putting on the mound today?
Milner. he's back from college. We'll go Milner, and then we'll go from there. We'll see. It's a Wednesday night game, and who knows? I mean, it's just those things. You don't know what's going to be getting in the way with these guys early in May. Once we get into June, we'll get into a normal thing where you and I can talk about, we almost predict who's going to be on the mound the next game type of thing. But as of right now, these guys are still, getting through college, and they're still moving back home, and they're still doing all this stuff. So,
and to your credit, those guys know who's going to be on the mound too, and they can get their mindset going for, all right, I've got to prepare. It's Sunday, but I've got to prepare for Wednesday and that type of thing.
Yeah, and that's a benefit. Like, we have open communication between us, and I think that's something I've tried to create with the Cavalier players and myself. Just like, I'm going to be transparent on everything. I'm not going to hide anything from you guys. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you what's going on. So, and I think they appreciate that and they respect that, and I think that's why we've been as successful as we have been. The guys and I, as coaches, have a great understanding, and we get together, we have drinks, we have sandwiches, that kind of stuff. We have a good understanding.
Well, Ryan, good luck on today's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers can find a way to keep things running smoothly in the CRBL South.
I hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bemister Show, presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Welcome back to the Dugout. as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Auto Vision Center and Lutheran Social Services Chippewa River Baseball League game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. Now, the Cavaliers and the Bullfrogs played back on May 3rd, and on that day the CRBL had 4 games. Those included the Cavaliers dropping their opener to the Whitehall Whitetails 12-9, while the Bullfrogs edged the Augusta Athletics 10-9. It was the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks topping the Bloomer Woodticks 11-1, while the Tilden Tigers defeated the Jim Falls Sturgeons 8-4. Then on May 9th, the CRBL had 3 doubleheaders. It was the Eau Claire Bears traveling to Carson Park in Chippewa Falls to play 2 against the Tilden Tigers. The Bears won the opener 7-4, and the Tigers won the nightcap 9-8. It was the Jim Falls Sturgeons welcoming the Augusta Athletics to Grudem Field in Jim Falls, while sweeping the Athletics by scores of 3-1 and 11-0. Meanwhile, the Whitehall Whitetails and the Bloomer Woodticks clashed at Melby Park in Whitehall, with the Whitehall Whitetails taking both games by scores of 3-1 and 9-2. Now that leaves the Chippewa River Baseball League standings as follows. In the South Division, the Whitehall Whitetails are in first place with a 3-0 record. They're followed by both the Beef River Bullfrogs and the Osseo Merchants, with each team at 1-0 and 1 game off the pace. In fourth place are the Eau Claire Bears, who are 2 games back, while the Eau Claire Cavaliers are in 5th, also 2 games back. Sixth place belongs to the Augusta Athletics, who are 3 games out. In the North Division, first place belongs to the 1-0 Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. However, the Lumberjacks are a half game behind the second place 3-1 Jim Falls Sturgeons and Tilden Tigers. The Cadott Red Sox are in 4th, while the Bloomer Woodticks hold down 5th. The CRBL has 2 games scheduled for tonight, with the Beef River Bullfrogs traveling to Carson Park to face the Cavaliers, while the Eau Claire Bears will welcome the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks to Cinder City Park in Altoona. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
No, no, no. Turn it down. Turn it off. Get a hand. Lose the bells and whistles. Drive without distractions.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
No, it's the same guy. Yeah. Taking things apart after the game, they shut out the stadium lights. It was 10 block there. We're using our phone flashlights. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, on the roster, they got an infield.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more in the dugout coming right up.
We come from a long line of farmers, and there's a sense of pride, but there's also a significant amount of pressure.
Farmers have to take care of their physical and their mental health, because what's a farm without a farmer?
Watching the sun come up, that's my time. I can have a cup of coffee, and every day's a new opportunity.
That's cool. Yeah.
Don't forget to check in on yourself. Love, your mind.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today, the Cavaliers will take on the Beef River Bullfrogs in Auto Vision Center Lutheran Social Services Day at the ballpark. The Cavaliers want to put their opening day loss to the Whitehall Whitetails behind them and prove they are the quality team that they believe that they are. To do that, the Cavaliers will need to clean up the fielding miscues and get the bats going from the beginning. So the Cavs are ready to try and reassert themselves as one of the leaders in the Chippewa River Baseball League when they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. And we'll have all the action of that game for you right here on NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew in the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at historic Carson Park in Eau Claire as we get ready for today's Auto Vision Center Lutheran Social Services Chippewa River Baseball League game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
When tech goes on the fritz and frustration kicks in, Sladen's technology where you trust he can. From nowhere to backups, we've got what you need. Call us up, we'll plant the seed. Sladen's on the way, your heroes in disguise. For businesses large and small, we're the ultimate prize. 715-864-2833, get the IT help you desire. Call 715-864-2833 today.
NLWN-TV presents Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Under the lights, where legends are born, diamond warriors with heart that's worn, uniform shining, proud on the field, a title to win, a promise revealed, every pitch thrown, every swing that we take, together we rise, oh make no mistake, with bats and with balls.
Follow the Cavaliers all season long as they strive for another Chippewa River Baseball League title.
Cavaliers striving, hear the crowd roar, seeking a title, we're hungry for more, every base we run, every cheer that we hear, united we stand, with nothing to fear.
So now, let's go out to the ballpark in today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game.
The stakes, this is our moment, let's make no mistakes.
And good evening and welcome to the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at Carson Park. And we're getting ready to bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs. And Rick Olson here with you, along with Jay Fall and Dan Petchow on the computer, Amanda Lemler on the camera, and we will have starting lineups and all of that for today's game coming up right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Gerald the Fish. What about, like, Joaquin Bartholomew?
Joaquin Bartholomew.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya. Joaquin Bartholomew. What? How did you think of that?
I have no idea. Since we gave him that title, he should honestly be the king of the pond.
King of the pond.
Yeah.
He's out there somewhere.
For real.
You want this one?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All right.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
And welcome back to the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility here at Carson Park. Rick Olson, Jay Fall, ready to bring you all the action as the Beef River Bullfrogs, who are sporting a record. Why isn't my mouth working with that, Jay? I don't know. Still early in the season, I guess. They're sporting a 1-0 record after their victory over the Augusta Athletics back on the 3rd. And the Cavaliers, who are 0-1, who were defeated by the Whitehall Whitetails, also on the 3rd. Jay, beautiful day for baseball. Maybe you should tell us who's going to play in the game today. Why don't you run through the lineup for us?
All right, sounds good. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Leading off, first of all, for the Beef River Bullfrogs, leading off will be, and playing left field, will be number 10, Ty Felstead. Second batting is the shortstop, number 3, Austin Baker. In the third position, playing third base, number 18, Lucas Johnson. The cleanup hitter is second baseman, number 29, Reese Lucas. In the fifth spot is right fielder Carter Johnson, number 7. And Ryan Gray, the designated hitter, is batting 6th. He wears number 8. Wes Boyarski is the center fielder. He is number 7 in the lineup, wears number 9. Eighth batter is first baseman Tyler Rathke, wearing number 6. And the ninth batter is Brendan McCabe, the catcher, number 25. On the mound for the Bullfrogs will be number 4, Ethan Bartels. So now for the hosts, Eau Claire Cavaliers, leading off, center fielder number 11, Brayton Tillman, followed by designated hitter number 12, Aiden Ecker. Caden Erickson, the shortstop, wearing number 6, is batting third. Cleanup spot, Sam Knickerbocker, the catcher, number 35. Fifth position is first baseman Logan Hesselman, wearing number 10. Andrew Milner is pitching for the Cavaliers tonight, and he's also the extra hitter in the 6th spot, wearing number 15. Ashton Kroll is the third baseman, number 28. Ryan Hall, the left fielder, in the 8th position, number 5. And number 8, Mason Yarrington, the second baseman, is in the 9th spot. And batting 10th is right fielder, number 22, Trenton Palmer.
Okay, thank you, Jay. And umpiring for tonight's game, behind the plate, we have Denny Whiteside, and Paul Osman is out on the bases. The umpires and the managers have just had their conference at home plate while the Bullfrogs are taking their ins and outs. That's the term the teams use for their warm-ups. And we're getting closer to today's game. We'll be turning it over to Steve Kent in just a moment. And I got a funny feeling that our crowd mic got extended without being turned on. And of course, that doesn't work very well.
No.
And that's exactly what happened. I turned on the crowd mic and there was nothing coming from it. And so now that sounds much better.
Yeah, you can hear what's going on downstairs.
So we're going to be turning it over to Steve Kent as he's going to do his pregame announcements. We are in the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility. That's new for us this year, and we want to thank them for joining us this season. And Jay, you can't ask for a nicer evening for baseball.
No, it's beautiful out tonight, and with the Cavs getting underway and the Chippewa River Baseball League, summer is right around the corner, so that's awesome. Field looking in great shape, and some activity down here at Carson Park. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier game is brought to you by Marine Credit Union, with offices in Eau Claire at 3604 Oakwood Hills Parkway, and whose team is there to guide you. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. Auto Vision Center, windshield repair and replacement on North Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and the Chippewa Valley Museum, where you can connect with the roots of the valley in Carson Park. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavaliers baseball here on NLWN-TV.
And today's game is Auto Vision Center and Lutheran Social Services Day at the ballpark, and we are getting very close to being ready to get going, and they keep signaling up here to the press box for Steve Kent to get rolling, and he's not up here yet, and he's on his way. I see his shadow coming up the roof of the stadium. And so we're going to turn it over to Steve Kent once he catches his breath from running up here for pregame festivities here at Carson Park on Auto Vision Center, Lutheran Social Services Day. You've got time to get out here. They've got prizes to give away. It's going to be a great day at the ballpark, so head on out here and enjoy an evening at the ballpark. And I think and they gave a holler up here, and Steve goes, yeah, I'm catching my breath. And I don't blame him, because he was probably about 15 seconds before they started signaling. He was all the way down at the Beef River dugout.
Historic Carson Park Baseball Stadium. For tonight's Auto Vision Center Lutheran Social Services Chippewa River Baseball League matchup between the 1-0 Beef River Bullfrogs and your very own 2026 0-1 Eau Claire Cavaliers. The Eau Claire Cavaliers and the CRBL would like to remind you that attending this event is a privilege. With this privilege comes the responsibility to conduct oneself in a manner where the game is enjoyable for all fans and participants. Failure to behave in such a manner will result in removal from this facility. Let's remember to show pride in our teams and communities by demonstrating good sportsmanship toward all players, coaches, fans, and officials. Thank you. Foul balls are the property of Eau Claire Cavaliers Baseball Club. Please return all foul balls to the souvenir stand located on the third baseline, where you'll receive a $1 token, good for use at the souvenir stand. As a friendly reminder, Carson Park Baseball Stadium is a non-smoking facility. If you want smoke risks, you please leave the stadium. Again, there is no smoking in Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Thank you. Finally, all fans, especially those in the bleachers, are reminded, you're at a baseball game. Foul balls enter the stands at a high rate of speed. We ask you to remain alert at all times. Today's Lutheran Social Services Auto Vision Center starting lineups, beginning with the Beef River Bullfrogs. Leading off, playing left field, Number 10, Ty Felsted. Batting second, the shortstop. Number 3, Austin Baker. Batting third and playing third base. Number 18, Lucas Johnson. Hitting forward, the second baseman. Number 29, Reese Lucas. Batting fifth, playing right field. Number 7, Carter Johnson. Batting sixth, designated hitter. Number 8, Brian Gray. Hitting seventh, the center fielder. Number 9, Wesley Boyarski. Batting eighth and playing first base. Number 6, Taylor Radke. Batting ninth, the catcher. Number 25, Brendan McCabe. And pitching for the Frogs, number 5, Ethan Bartels. Beef River is managed by Tay Radke, and he's assisted by Ethan Bartels and James. Now, the Lutheran Social Services Outreach Center starting lineup for the 55th year of your Eau Claire Cavaliers. Leading off the blank center field, number 11, Brayton Tillman. Batting second, designated hitter, number 12, Riley Gavinsky. Hitting third, blank shortstop, number 6, the chopper, Caden Erickson. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 35, the Energizer Bunny, Sam Knickerbocker. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 10, Logan Hasselman. Hitting sixth, the extra hitter, number 19, Cole Tyman. Hitting seventh, the third baseman, number 28, Ashton Cole. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 5, Ryan Hall. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 8, Mason Yerington. Hitting 10th, the right fielder, number 22, Trenton Palmer. And pitching for the Cavaliers, number 15, Andrew Miller. The Cavs are managed by Mr. Coffee, Ryan Bemister. He's assisted by Flying Brian Meyer and the Rhino, Ryan Gage. See a warm welcome to our officials for today's game. On bases, Mr. Paul Osmond. And behind home plate, Sir Dennis Whiteside. Now, would you please rise if you're able, remove your hats, and honor America for the singing of our national anthem by Miss Jenna Cyberlin.
As we're having some technical difficulties with the field mic. And Ryan Bemister trying to get the mic to work.
Need a different one for a battery, bud.
So Jenna says she's just gonna belt it out and do it.
Can you see by the dawn's early that so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets are red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say down that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That's Jenna Seiverling not saying no to doing the national anthem, and she threatened to belt it out, and then the sound system started working. So that woman has some control. And so the Cavaliers going to take their warm-up tosses. We do have a first pitch coming out here, it looks like from Lutheran Social Services, and I was not... As Paul Peterson is going to be throwing out the first pitch. And just a bit off the outside corner. And then we'll send it down to Paul Peterson. And of course, the microphone is giving him difficulties as well.
Thank the Eau Claire Cavaliers and Auto Vision Center tonight for sponsoring this event. LSS, Kevin and Julie Delikowski have picked Lutheran Social Services the last 3 years as their charity of choice. So I just want to thank you very much for your continued partnership with LSS. One thing I just want to mention, on June 2nd, which is in about 3 weeks from yesterday, LSS is going to be reopening the Libertas treatment facility up in Chippewa. We've done a lot of remodeling, and we're thrilled to be opening this facility back up. So please come join us on June 2nd. I will have a QR code on the table down here. You can just scan it and register. It's free, obviously, but we'd love to have community members join us for that event. Thank you.
And that's Paul Peterson for Lutheran Social Services as we're getting ready for tonight's game. Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively. Behind the plate is Sam Knickerbocker. Over at third base is Ashton Kroll. Caden Erickson is at short. Mason Yarrington is at second. That completes the Colfax connection there in the middle infield. Logan Hesselman at first. Ryan Hull, Brayton Tillman, and Trenton Palmer from left to right out in the outfield. And on the mound is Andrew Milner, making his first appearance of the season. And stepping in is Ty Felstead. And the first pitch from Milner swung on a miss, strike one, and we're underway. Milner looking in for the sign. Into his motion and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike two. Milner playing with that outside corner. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one's a little bit beyond the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. To Ty Felstead. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll bring up Austin Baker, who is making his initial appearance of the season for the Bullfrogs. By the way, we did have a lineup change for the Cavaliers. Riley Gopinski is now the designated hitter. And pitches outside for a ball. Here's the wind in the pitch. There's a ground ball down the first baseline foul. There's a ball and a strike to Austin Baker. Milner looking in. His motion and his delivery. Strike on the outside corner. But I tell you what, Jay, if Milner's finding that outside corner, could be a tough day for the Bullfrogs.
It's going aggressively at the plate.
Line shot gets through the hole over at third, out into left field. And Austin Baker gets a single to left. I think we jinxed him.
Yep, as we said that, out it went into short left.
Brings up Lucas Johnson. He's got a 1,000 batting average on the season. He's 2 for 2. A single and a double. And he swings and misses at the first offering. You know, these batting averages don't mean a lot this early in the season. Both teams only have 1 game under their belt. And there's a strike inside third. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Austin Baker at first. Baker takes his lead. And the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. As Denny Whiteside ripped the phone book with that one.
Well, Andrew Milner, along with his first appearance tonight here at Carson Park, is also one of the latest additions to the Eau Claire Police Department.
Well, let's see if anybody gets away with stealing any bases with Milner out there. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That was a line that just had to be said there, Jay.
Ba-dum-bum.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Got an eye roll out of Amanda over there on the camera, though. Milner looks in. Runner goes. Throw it out to second, and he's in time. Get out the handcuffs there, Millie. And a stolen base by Austin Baker. Pitch was a little low and inside, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. Austin Baker on second now. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So for the Beef River Bullfrogs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played a half inning, and it's the Bullfrogs nothing and the Cavaliers coming to bat on NLWN-TV.
Debt doesn't have to be complicated. Let Marine Credit Union simplify your debt so you can feel good about your money. Schedule time to get started at marinecu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Marine Credit Union is rewarding you for making on-time loan payments with our My Loan Rewards program. Take out a loan, open a checking account with a qualified direct deposit, and get money back. Chart your course. Get details at marinecu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
And we're back here in the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility. And folks, if you're watching this game on YouTube, on your computer, or on your phone, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And you'll get notified whenever we go on the air with a Cavs game or other things that we do. And we'd be glad to have you on board. And drop us a line. Join the chat. And we'll give you a shout out. Heading into the bottom half of the first inning, due up for the Cavaliers, Brayton Tillman, Riley Gopinski, and Caden Erickson. Ethan Bartles wearing number 5 on his uniform. He's got 5 innings pitched so far this year. He has a 0.00 earned run average. He's given up 4 hits, struck out 8, and he also has given up 4 runs, but they were all unearned runs. So Brayton Tillman making his initial appearance as a Cavalier this season. Swing and a miss for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the wind in the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Riley Gopinski.
Both sides led off with a strikeout for the first outs. In fact, all the outs for the Bullfrogs were all strikeouts.
Gopinski went 0 for 4 in that game against the Whitetails. He grounds that one foul. He did get hit by the pitch once, struck out once. Looking for his first hit of the season. No balls and a strike. And that one's outside. Got past McCabe. Back to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. That's outside for ball 2. And the pitch. That's outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Riley Gopinski. And the pitch. That's high for ball 4. So the Cavs get a runner on base. And it brings up Caden Erickson. He's batting .250 so far on the season.
Number 6, Caden Erickson.
He went 1 for 4, scored a run against Whitehall. Pitches outside for a ball. Ethan Bartles on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Throw over to first, and Kapinski's back in safely. Bartles was talking to me before the game. First few years that we were doing games, it seems every time he pitched here at Carson Park, one of the Kapanki boys would go yard against him. Throw down to second, and it's going out into center field. Kapinski gets back to his feet and decides not to try to push it. He'll get credit for a stolen base. 2 balls, no strikes, with Riley Kapinski on second. I believe it was last year I told him that Caden Erickson was going to do it to him, and Erickson put it out to the warning track, and that ball hit him in the hip. So Erickson's on base, and the Cavs have runners at first and second. Ethan Bartels has kind of a special relation with us up here. Dan on the computer here is going to remember him very well because Ethan was one of our first play-by-play and color guys, especially when it came to basketball here on NLWN-TV. He's at the belt and he delivers. That's high for a ball. Sam Knickerbocker at the plate, making his first appearance as a Cavalier. Came out of Winona St. Mary's. There's a fly ball out toward center field. Boyarski moving over. He makes the catch. Kapinski tags. Heads over to third, and he's in safely. That's going to bring up Logan Hesselman as the Cavs have runners on the corners with 2 down. Runner goes, and they're not going to make any effort at stopping Erickson. And the pitch was low for a ball. Runners at second and third. And the pitch. That's high and inside for a ball. Bartles looking in for the sign. And the pitch. And that's outside. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 runners on, 2 down. Let's see if they give Hesselman the green light here. This is his initial appearance as a Cavalier this year. He came out of the UW Eau Claire program. And the pitch. That's inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Now, stepping to the plate is different lineup change. Cole Timon. The extra hitter. He was behind the plate in the game against Whitehall. He's batting .250. Pitch is outside for a ball. Ethan Bartles struggling to find the strike zone right now. Timon with an open stance. All 3 runners take their leads. Outside, ball 2. I think Kapinski at third is drawing a little attention from Bartles, and it's affecting his control. The 2-0 pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. Bartles looks in, and the 2-1 pitch. Outside. Ball 3. Hitter's pitch now for Timon. Nowhere to put him. Bartles needs to put it over the plate. Swing and foul back to the screen. And the count is full. It's going to be traveling time. There's going to be a lot of motion on the bases now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Kapinski at third, Erickson at second. Hesselman's at first. Bartles is at the belt. And the pitch. Fly ball out toward center field. Moving over is Boyarski, and he makes a catch. Well, the Cavaliers load the bases and can't get anybody across the plate. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 were left on base. We've played 1, and we have no score from Carson Park on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire, your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
Back here at the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility here at Carson Park. No score going into the second inning. Due up for the Bullfrogs. Carter Johnson, Ryan Gray, and Wes Boyarski. Well, Andrew Milner has thrown a no-hitter in each of the last 2 seasons. He won't do that today because he gave one up in the first inning. So Carter Johnson steps in, batting .400 on the season. Swing and a miss, strike 1. They're having a hard time catching up to Milner's fastball. Here's the wind and the pitch. That fastball missed the outside corner. A ball and a strike. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Carter Johnson, the right fielder. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Andrew Milner. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Ryan Gray. He's batting .500 on the season.
At 6, the designated hitter, number 8, Ryan Gray.
And that first pitch just missed inside. Milner winds and delivers. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that was a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. Check swing. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Ryan Gray. Milner winds and delivers. And it's ball 4. First walk given up by Milner tonight. And that brings up Wes Boyarski, the center fielder. He's batting .500. Milner looks over at first. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike one. Milner delivers. And that's strike two. Right at the letters on the inside third. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. That was a good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Wes Boyarski. And Taylor Rathke comes to the plate, looking for his first hit of the season, playing first base. 2 down. Strike on the outside corner to Rathke.
So far, Milner's taken care of all the defense here in the first 1 2/3.
And that just missed. Oh, he called it a strike. I thought it missed the outside corner. My angle's a little different than Denny Whiteside's. And strike 3 called. Strikeout number 6 for Milner. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base for the Bullfrogs. And we've played an inning and a half and no score from Carson Park on NLWN-TV.
I can't bounce. Okay. Oh my God. Wait, look. Wait, look at me.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson along with Jay Fall in the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility, bringing you tonight's action between the Cavs and the Beef River Bullfrogs heading into the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, Ashton Kroll, Ryan Hall, Mason Yarrington. Swing and a miss by Kroll. He's looking for his first hit of the season. And there's a fly ball out towards left field, moving out and coming in, actually, is Felstead to make the catch. Baker was heading out that way. Kroll went 0 for 3 against the Whitetails. So now we've got Ryan Hall making his first appearance as a Cavalier this season. And there's a strike at the letters. And that pitch is outside. I want to give a shout out to Jeff Baumgarten, who dropped us a line on the YouTube. Pitch is outside for a ball. Thanks for tuning in, Jeff. And the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. That's going to get out near the warning track. Digging for second. Here comes the throw, but in safely is Ryan Hall. That's the first hit of the night for the Cavaliers. And that's going to bring up Mason Yarrington. Runner at second, 1 out. And the first pitch. Fly ball out towards right field, shallow right field. Moving back is Lucas, and he makes the catch. And that'll bring up Trenton Palmer. Palmer's batting .333. He's playing right field. He went 1 for 3 against Whitehall. Good solid base hit right now would be real handy because it would put the Cavs on the board. And the pitch. There's a ground ball through the hole out into left field. Howell makes a corner. He's heading toward the plate, and they got him. A real nice throw that time by Felstead, and they got Howell at the plate. So Palmer gets credit for a base hit to left, and Hull is out 7-2. And the Cavs go down, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. We've played 2 innings and we're scoreless at Carson Park on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV is excited to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. Our next game will be on Sunday, May 17th, when the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader. Coverage on NLWN-TV begins with In the Dugout show at noon. That's Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 17th on NLWN-TV.
Cavalier baseball, we're ready to fight!
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum. Located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
3 Chippewa Valley area museums are teaming up for a new exhibit, the U.S. at 250. The Chippewa Area History Center in Chippewa Falls opened the exhibit on Friday with early history up to the Civil War. The Chippewa Valley Museum continues the exhibit beginning on May 15th with Civil War history through the early 20th century. That'll be followed by Menominey's Rossback Museum with mid-20th century through today. Check out cvmuseum.com for more information.
Milner up 2, no balls, 2 strikes to Brendan McCabe, the catcher. He's looking for his first hit of the season. And there's a ground ball. He just got his first hit of the season right back up the middle into center field. So the Bullfrogs have managed to put a base runner on in each inning. Back to the top of the order now, Ty Felstead. And we're going to get a courtesy runner. And that's Dylan Fox is the courtesy runner for McCabe. Felstead shows bunt. It's a strike called on the inside corner. Felstead struck out his first time up. Fox takes his lead at first. It's not a big one. And there's a foul back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. Felstead made that nice throw to get Ryan Hull at the plate in the bottom half of the last inning. Fox has a short lead. And that pitch just missed that outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2. That's a little bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Milner looks in. Looks over at first. And the 2-2. And that missed. It's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on first. It's Dylan Fox on first. He's the courtesy runner. And the pitch. Line shot. That one goes out into left field for a base hit. It moves Fox over to second. And it's going to bring up Austin Baker, who singled his last time up. Milner looks at second and delivers. Check swing strike called to Austin Baker. Milner again looking at second. And here's the pitch. Curveball missed high. A ball and a strike. Milner delivers. There's a pop-up in the infield. This should be the infield fly rule, and it was. And Erickson made the catch. And I think it was a broken bat pop fly. It had that sound. So 1 out. Lucas Johnson coming up. He struck out looking his first time up. And that pitch went outside for a ball. That strikeout dropped his batting average about 330 points. That's what happens early part of the season.
That's why you quit early.
And the pitch fouled back into the screen. A ball and a strike. Yeah, because now he would be batting .667. He's 2 for 3. And the pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. Took a mighty swing that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on. Milner delivers. Fly ball out towards left field, coming in, it's going to fall in, and getting the ball in quickly. But it's a base hit by Lucas Johnson. So now the bases are loaded. And Reese Lucas steps to the plate. He was victim of a strikeout his first time up. Seems like maybe the second time through the lineup, the Bullfrogs are catching up to Milner. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Got a foul tip on that, but right into the Knickerbocker's glove. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. 2 down. It's going to bring up Carter Johnson. He went down on strikes his first time up. And the pitch, strike called. That one came right down the middle of the plate. Breaking pitch, caught him flat-footed. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Tillman getting back, and he makes a catch. So for the Bullfrogs, no runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 were left on base. We have played 2.5, and it's the Cavaliers nothing and the Bullfrogs nothing on NLWN-TV.
Sunset House Motel and RV Park in Port Mansfield, Texas, is your destination for your next fishing or hunting adventure. With 20 rooms available including condos and RV spots, Sunset House Motel and RV Park is the place where outdoor sports people stay when they're looking for fishing and hunting adventure. Sunset House Motel and RV Park is located only a few blocks from the dock and is within walking distance to all the local restaurants. Call them at 956-944-2182 to book your stay. That's Sunset House Motel and RV Park in Port Mansfield, Texas.
Midwest Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
Back here at the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at Carson Park. Heading into the bottom half of the 3rd inning, due up for the Cavaliers. The top of the order, Brayton Tillman, who made that really nice running catch out in center field to end the last inning. Riley Gopinski and Caden Erickson.
Leading off the bottom of the 3rd for the Cavaliers. Center fielder, Pregame, Tillman.
Tillman went down swinging his first time up. And he hits a fly ball right center field, and it's deep. It's going to go all the way out to the warning track. Tillman is going to round second, head for third, and he's got a stand-up triple. Nice crowd here tonight, Jay. We're getting a lot of sound from them.
Yeah.
Front row's pretty full.
And the pitch. That's a strike call to Gopinski. You get a runner on third with less than 2 outs, and you got a lot of ways to get him across the plate, and that's what the Cavs are looking to do right now. And there's a foul ball back and just into the net. And McCabe went flying into that net just as hard as the ball did.
He's walking it off.
No balls and 2 strikes to Riley Gopinski. He walked in his first appearance. Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Fly ball out towards center field. Shortstop Baker moving out, and he makes a catch. So 1 away. Caden Erickson comes up. Erickson was hit by the pitch his last time up. Bartles winds and fires, and that's inside for a ball. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's outside. It gets back to the screen. Runner coming in and scoring in. Ball goes out into the infield. Nobody else is on the bases, so it really doesn't hurt anything. But Brayton Tillman scores on the wild pitch. And the Cavs are on top, 1-0. That's part of what I was talking about, Jay. You get a runner on third with less than 2 outs. Lots of ways to get him to score, and there's one of them.
Yep, getting all the way back to the wall.
2 balls, no strikes to Erickson. He hits a fly ball out towards center field, sinking, and it's in for a base hit. Erickson rounds first. He's heading to second. He may try. No, he's going to check in at second with a stand-up double. That one, Bern Boyarski was playing a little bit shallow, and it was a little deeper than he thought. Not a whole lot of wind here today, and it's blowing from left to right. McCabe going out to talk to Ethan Bartles for a moment. Sam Knickerbocker flew out to center field his first time up. 1 out, runner in scoring position. 1 run in for the Cavs. There's a shot out into right field for a base hit. Fielded by Johnson. Erickson turns and holds at third, and the Cavs have runners on the corners.
And just 1 out, good spot.
It's going to bring up Logan Hesselman. He drew a walk his last time up. Bartles glances over at first. Hesselman sends one right back towards us. Jay, you got to be ready to grab that one.
Yeah, I was a little bit off. Very close to the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility.
You want to hang me out the window?
Yeah, we'll hang Dan out the window and he can get that and return it.
I think it's going to roll back to the hole between the sections.
Just stop shy.
And the pitch. There's a shot out into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Erickson comes in to score. Knickerbocker stops at second. Throw comes over to third. But that's an RBI single for Logan Hesselman. And we're going to get a courtesy runner for Knickerbocker. And that's Mark Aponte coming in to run for Knickerbocker. And Cole Timon comes to the plate. He flew out to center field his last time up. 1 out, 2 runs in for the Cavs. And the pitch. There's another fly ball towards right field. Foul territory. Moving over, making the catch is Rathke. That's going to bring up Ashton Kroll with 2 down. Kroll flew out to left field his last time up. And there's a ground ball over towards first. Flip to Bartles covering, and he makes the out. So the Cavs go down, but they do pick up 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've played 3, and it's the Cavs 2 and the Bullfrogs nothing on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, June 8th, as the Blue Caps will take on the Rum River Rovers and the Afton Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's vintage baseball, Monday, June 8th on NLWN-2.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Back here at the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility, and to take us through the middle innings, here's Jay Fall.
Thanks, Rick Olson. Cavs up after 3, 2-0 over the Beef River Bullfrogs. 2 runs, 6 hits. And the Bulldogs have no runs, 4 hits, no errors on either side. And leading off the 4th inning is Ryan Gray, the designated hitter for the Bullfrogs. Milner winds, throws, that one outside, check, swing, and that is going to be
It's ball one.
Ball one.
Gray walked his first time up.
Oh, swing and a miss on that one, so count is 1-1. That one is a strike on the outside corner. Ryan Gray walked the last time he was up, and that pitch outside, ball 2. 2-2. To the DH, Gray. Milner set, wind, the throw, that one foul tip back to the screen. And that one inside.
Boy, I didn't miss that inside corner by much.
Full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Gray. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3 and the first out of the 4th.
That's the 8th strikeout of the game for Milner.
Now Wes Boyarski, the center fielder, who struck out his first time up in the 2nd inning.
Came into the game batting .500 on the season. He was 2 for 4, but both of those 2 hits were doubles.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
And you can see right there, he's got a very quick bat. But Milner jammed him on that pitch.
Line the throw, and that one down the third base side goes foul for strike 2.
And there's the example of the power that he has.
Cavs up 2-0 over the Beef River Bullfrogs. Andrew Milner with a pitch. That pitch inside for ball 1, 1-2. Boyarski. And that ball hit to the shortstop, knocked down by Erickson. Throw to first in time.
That was a dandy play by Caden Erickson. Diving, stabbing the ball, and still making the throw over to first to Logan Hesselman.
So
that's a web gem.
Yeah. Milner's first pitch catches the outside corner. Taylor Rathke struck out the last time he was at bat. in the second inning and hits a short one down to first, and the race to get there and forces him out at the at first base. So for the Bullfrogs in the top of the fourth, there were no runs, no hits, no Cavaliers errors, and no base runners. Score at the end of 3.5 innings of play. Beef River Bullfrogs 0, Eau Claire Cavaliers 2. You're watching Cavaliers baseball on NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
to learn more or to help financially, would find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
Welcome back. We are at historic Carson Park in the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility for the bottom of the fourth. The Eau Claire Cavaliers half of the fourth inning. They lead 2-0. And leading off fourth inning for the Cavs, Ryan Hall. He was thrown out at the plate from second. Got on a base hit. And first pitch, a ball. Bartles, pitch gets loose. No base runners to worry about. Cavs back in action Sunday. They'll travel to Carson Park in Chippewa Falls to take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a CRBL doubleheader. Coverage begins at noon with the In the Dugout show, followed by live play-by-play action of both games. And that ball hit into right center. Getting under it is Johnson for out number one. So Mason Yerington, the second baseman, is now up. He flew out to right field in his last at-bat in the second inning for the Cavs. Pitch comes in, and Mason hits it to the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. Baker to Rathke for out number two. So now stepping up to the plate, Trent Palmer, the right fielder. He had a base hit to left when he was up in the second inning. And the pitch hit out to center field, drops in left center, and Palmer is on with a base hit. Cavaliers' first base runner in the fourth is Trenton Palmer, and now we're at the top of the order. Brayton Tillman, the center fielder, who had a triple out to right center in the third and struck out in the first. He scored the Cavs' first run on a wild pitch from the Bullfrogs.
Trenton Palmer, by the way, is working on a two-hit game now. Those multiple hit games are pretty nice to get.
McCabe wanted to make sure that Palmer wasn't going anywhere. Now Bartles looks over there. Throws. Back in time. 1 ball, no strikes to Brayton Tillman. Trenton Palmer, a little bit of a lead off at first. Bartle sends in the pitch. That one high and outside for ball 2, 2-0. 2 outs. And that pitch
caught the inside.
Yep. 2-1. Bartles checks over to first. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Oh, they got him hung up.
And they've got him caught in between bases, and he's going to get back.
He's safe.
He got it back. He got back.
He got in under the tag. Rathke didn't get the tag down deep enough.
So lots of action before the 2-2 pitch.
And we're right back where we started from.
Yep. Bartles throws. That pitch high. Ball 3. Full count to Brayton Tillman.
So it's traveling time.
Full count, 2 outs.
Palmer will be off on the pitch.
Bartles checks. In comes the pitch. That one outside. Ball 4. Riley Kapinski now comes to the plate for the Cavaliers. He's the designated hitter. Flew out in the 3rd and walked and stole a base in the 1st. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs for the Cavs. Good size lead by Palmer. Pitch comes in over the shoulder, and Palmer goes in, and he gets in under the tag. So Tillman advances to 2nd. Palmer's on 3rd. The 1-0 pitch. And that one inside for ball 2. 2-0. And that one caught the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1 to Kapinski. And that pitch.
Strike,
yep. Caught the outside corner, 2-2.
Denny Whiteside a little late with the call on that one. I was going to say it didn't miss by much if it missed.
Yeah. And that one he had to move his shoulder for, and we now have another full count. This time it's to Riley Kapinski.
That was a little chin music for Riley that time.
And that ball popped up very close to the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility, and the press box next door rolled off the roof, and they'll put it back in play.
I expect that PA announcer Steve Kent was watching that one pretty closely.
Yeah. I got to dig out my glove here. I was going to do that. And that ball hits solidly to center field. Underneath it is Borarski for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, we have no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and there were 2 runners left. Score at the end of 4 complete innings of play. The Eau Claire Cavaliers 2, Beef River Bullfrogs 0. You're watching Cavaliers baseball on NLWN-TV.
Debt doesn't have to be complicated. Let Marine Credit Union simplify your debt so you can feel good about your money. Schedule time to get started at marinecu.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Marine Credit Union is rewarding you for making on-time loan payments with our My Loan Rewards program. Take out a loan, open a checking account with a qualified direct deposit, and get money back. Chart your course. Get details at marinecu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back from the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at historic Carson Park in Eau Claire. We're in the top of the 5th inning, and the Cavaliers made a change. Going in at first base is number 44, Jerome Delikowski. He's going in for Logan Hesselman. And so the leading off in the 5th is catcher Brendan McCabe. And he had a single to center the last time that he was up. And that one fouled back. Oh,
that was aiming for someone in that next press boxer.
That was a shot.
Might have been aiming at our third base camera at the same time.
So Andrew Milner with a pitch. That one outside for ball 1-1.
That's what they get when I said that Steve was watching closely on the last one.
And that pitch caught the inside corner for strike 2. 1-2. Yeah, we'll see how close they're watching. And a shot goes to the shortstop, Erickson, over to Delikowski, and out number 1. Back to the top of the order for the Bullfrogs, Ty Felstead. He had a base hit to left and struck out the last couple of times he's been at the plate. 1 out for the Bullfrogs, trailing the Eau Claire Cavaliers 2-0, top of the 5th. Milner's pitch, right down the middle, strike. 0-1. Milner, wind, the throw. That one catches the inside.
You know, I was talking with Milner down in the locker room, talking with Officer Milner down in the locker room, and
was that wasn't official business, was it? Okay.
No.
Hey, a swing and a miss, strike 2.
Well, that leads right into what I was talking about. He had said that he was very excited for this game because he hasn't played any baseball in 2 weeks, and he is not showing any rust whatsoever.
No. Been in the zone a lot. Now he's going to face shortstop Austin Baker, who flew out to the shortstop and got a base hit in the 1st inning. Milner's pitch, that one hit right down the third base line, going out into left field. Hull going for it. He's going to throw it into second. And Baker is up with a double to left.
See, and it's the announcer jinx again. We say how he hasn't lost anything, and boom, they hit a double.
Best we keep just to facts. Swing and a miss. That one goes foul down the first baseline. And Lucas Johnson gets a nice little sprint, but that's all. He has struck out and had a base hit to left. Austin Baker on second. 2 outs for the Beef River Bullfrogs. And that ball hit into center field. Rounding third is Baker. And he is in for the first run of the night for the Bullfrogs. So 2-1, Cavs still lead. Coming to bat is Reese Lucas, the second baseman. He has struck out both times that he has been up. And that ball popped up. Knickerbocker gets underneath it, and the inning comes to an end. For the Bullfrogs, they had 1 run on 1 hit.
2 hits.
2 hits, okay, and no Cavalier errors, and there was 1 left. Score at the end of 4 1/2 innings of play. The Eau Claire Cavaliers 2, the Beef River Bullfrogs 1. You're watching Cavaliers baseball on NLWN-TV.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning from the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at historic Carson Park. Here in Eau Claire, the Eau Claire Cavaliers coming to bat. Caden Erickson is stepping in now. He had a double and was hit by a pitch the last 2 times that he batted. Bartle's still on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Wind the throw, and that ball foul down the third base side. Strike 1. We invite you to join us Monday as we bring you Colfax Viking baseball here on NLWN-TV. The Vikings will head to Clear Lake to take on the Warriors. The bullpen show will begin at 4:40 with play-by-play action to follow. That pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1, the count to Caden Erickson. The pitch. That one hit over to Baker. Baker, the throw to first in time for out number 1. Sam Knickerbocker now coming to the plate. Sam had a single to right and flew out to center field the 2 times that he has been up tonight. Bartle's first pitch, a strike. Next pitch fouled back over the Cavaliers' dugout. Strike 2. Cavaliers tonight have stranded 8 base runners so far. And it looks like we have some action in the Cavaliers bullpen.
That's James Schutte warming up down there.
And a swing and a miss. Ball is loose, and the throw goes down to first. And that retires Knickerbocker. 2 outs for the Cavs. And Jerome Delikowski now for his first at-bat in tonight's game. He stepped in this inning to play first base.
The first baseman, the big sexy Jerome Delikowski.
Delikowski's hitting .333 on the season.
And that one goes down the third base side. Lucas Johnson's throw over to Rathke is in time, and it's 3 up, 3 down for the Cavaliers. So there were no Cavalier runs, no hits, no errors, and no base runners stranded. At the end of 5 complete innings of play, the Eau Claire Cavaliers lead the Beef River Bullfrogs 2-1. You're watching Eau Claire Cavaliers baseball on NLWN-TV.
Auto Vision Center in Eau Claire, your source for auto glass repair and replacement. Their quality work comes complete with a lifetime warranty on workmanship. When it comes to windshield repair and replacement, Auto Vision Center provides mobile auto glass services with free estimates. So if your windshield needs help, call Auto Vision Center today. That's Auto Vision Center at 1631 North Claremont in Eau Claire. Call 715-834-5277.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
We're going to head to the 6th inning. Aiden Pankratz is now playing out in left field for the Cavaliers, replacing Ryan Hall.
So the Cavaliers 2 runs on 7 hits. The Beef River Bullfrogs 1 run on 6 hits. We're through 5 innings of play. No errors on either side yet. And leading off the 6th inning for the Bullfrogs is right fielder Carter Johnson, who has struck out and flew out to center field. And that pitch fouled over the top of the Bullfrogs dugout and Carson Park press box. Oh and 1, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Andrew Milner still throwing well for the Cavaliers. And another foul goes off to the pine trees off first base. Oh and 2 the count. That one leaned into, and that one was outside for ball 1. 1 and 2. Milner's pitch. That one hit out into center field. Tillman is under it for out number 1. Ryan Gray, the designated hitter now for the Bullfrogs, is up. He walked in the 2nd inning, and in the 4th inning struck out. Milner's pitch again fouled off behind first base. 0-1 the count. 1 out. That pitch outside for ball one. 1-1. 1-1. And again, fouled back. And that one, you could hear it roll over the roof right above the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility.
We've had a fair number getting aimed back in this direction. They're kind of zeroing in on us, Jay.
I gotta dig my glove out. I've gotta.
And I bet Dan's is in his car. It is. Yeah. It's always in his car.
Right next to the golf clubs.
You ought to see him catch those golf balls.
That's right. Full count now as another pitch goes outside. Ryan Gray, the batter for the Bullfrogs. And the throw, that ball fouled off the right field line. Still full count. Ryan Milner facing a full count. Empty base paths. Ryan Gray, the wind and the pitch. That one hit out just past the second baseman Yarrington into center field for a base hit.
Yarrington made a diving attempt at it, just wasn't able to have it find his glove. Would have been a tough play anyway.
Yeah.
Even if he had stopped it, getting the throw over to Delikowski at first would have been difficult.
Each team's hit the ball 7 times now. Milner checks first, sends the pitch in. That one fouled back, and that one rolled over the center of the press box here. So, yeah, a lot of foul balls up here this evening. That ball in the dirt, low, ball 1. 1-1 the count to Wes Boyarski, the center fielder. Milner winds, throws the pitch. Looked good, but outside, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out for Beef River. Milner throws. That one dug out of the dirt and bounces towards second. Yarrington throws it over to Delikowski and got him there as Gray advanced to second. That's the second out for the Beef River Bullfrogs here in the top of the 6th. And that's going to bring up Taylor Rathke, the first baseman, who struck out and flew out to first base.
Or grounded.
Grounded, yeah.
First baseman unassisted. And we have time called.
Two to 1, Cavs lead the Beef River Bullfrogs. Milner checking back to second where Gray is standing, sends the pitch in. That one's outside for ball 1. Milner winds, throws. That ball out to second base, and no play made.
I think if Yarrington would have taken it himself, he might have made the out. That'll go as an infield hit. And let's see if we're going to get a pitching change here, as Ryan Bemister goes out to talk to the entire infield. So the tying run is at third.
Milner's still in there. Ryan Bemister just having a conference with the infield. And now catcher Brendan McKay batting for Beef River. He was thrown out at first and had a base hit to center the first time he was up. First pitch of ball, 1-0.
He may have been making sure everybody's on the same page with runners on the corners and ahead by 1 run.
And that pitch caught the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1. Milner checks first, the wind, the pitch, and another foul ball. Off into the trees off first base. Strike 2, 1-2. Runners on the corners. Cavs lead 2-1 over the Beef River Bullfrogs.
That's a big pitch right here.
Checks first, the throw.
Oh,
right
nice
down
pitch.
the middle.
Big curveball. Got it for the strike.
So the Cavaliers get out of that inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left. Score at the end of 5 1/2 innings of play. The Eau Claire Cavaliers 2, the Beef River Bullfrogs 1. You're watching Eau Claire Cavaliers baseball on NLWN-TV.
Midwest Environmental Consultants, your partner and guide. From soil testing to landscapes, they cover it all. Lawn care and beauty, they're ready to call. With expertise in the ground, they'll analyze what's there. Call 608-468-2067 and let's get started. You deserve the best.
NLWN-TV is excited to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. Our next game will be on Sunday, May 17th, when the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader. Coverage on NLWN-TV begins with In the Dugout show at noon. That's Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 17th on NLWN-TV.
Cavalier baseball, we're ready to fight!
Be sure to join us Monday, June 6th on NLWN2 as we bring you Vintage Baseball featuring the Menominee Blue Caps. The Blue Caps will be hosting the Rum River Rovers and the Afton Red Sox from Carson Park. Coverage begins June 6th, 7 p.m. on NLWN2.
Yeah, in fact, that's going to be right over across the way at Galine Field.
Ah.
And actually, the broadcast is on the 8th.
And that was Cole Timon, and he flew out to first base.
That's the second time he's fouled out to Rathke over there at first.
Yep. Flew out to center the first time he was up. Ashton Kroll, the third baseman, now up, and he was thrown out at first and flew out to left the last couple of times that he has batted.
Still looking for his first hit of the season.
Yeah. That pitch caught the outside corner for strike 1. Next one, that one was farther outside, ball 1, 1-1.
He was also our Cavalier profile player during the dugout show before today's game.
Bartles' pitch caught the outside corner on that one, 1-2, the count. No base runners for the Cavs, 1 out. And that ball popped up, and the catcher underneath it, that's McCabe for out number 2 for the Cavaliers. That will bring Aiden Pancrantz to the plate. And this will be his first time up. And so this will be Bartle's first try at him.
Pancrat's first appearance.
And Pancrantz hits it down to third. Johnson over to Rathke. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the Eau Claire Cavaliers, meaning no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. Score at the end of 6 complete innings of play. The Eau Claire Cavaliers 2, the Beef River Bullfrogs 1. You're watching Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV.
Get in touch with the roots of the Chippewa Valley at the Chippewa Valley Museum, located in Eau Claire's Carson Park, with a mission of connecting people to their community and inspire curiosity. From reinventing the Chippewa Valley, a century of change in farm life, the Farmhouse Theater, along with the Wisconsin Logging Museum and Logging Camp. Also, the Chippewa Valley Museum features special temporary exhibits and traveling exhibits, as well as web exhibits. The Chippewa Valley Museum is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Call for more information at 715-834-7871.
3 Chippewa Valley area museums are teaming up for a new exhibit, the U.S. at 250. The Chippewa Area History Center in Chippewa Falls opened the exhibit on Friday with early history up to the Civil War. The Chippewa Valley Museum continues the exhibit beginning on May 15th with Civil War history through the early 20th century. That'll be followed by Menominey's Rossback Museum with mid-20th century through today. Check out the website at cvmuseum.com for more information. And now to take us the rest of the way here in the Cavaliers' second game of the season, here's Rick Olson.
Thank you, Jay. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Cavaliers, James Schutte, is out there. And Andrew Milner went 6 innings. He gave up 1 run. It was an earned run on 8 hits. And he walked, well, let me add them up here. It's not that many. He walked 3. And 9, or is it 10? Well, he didn't walk 3. I'm looking at the wrong team. He didn't walk anybody. At any rate, leading things off for the Bullfrogs is top of the order, Ty Felstead. And a ground ball down the first base line. That's foul. By the way, there were 10 strikeouts for Milner. So for his first appearance of the season, Andrew Milner put on a pretty good display. James Schutte came in and finished off that game against the Whitetails. The 0-1 pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. And the pitch, fly ball out into center field. Tillman comes on and makes a catch. Nice running catch that time by Brayton Tillman. James Schutte did give up 1 run in the inning that he pitched. It was an earned run, so he has an ERA of 9.00. But again, very early season numbers don't mean a lot. They say numbers don't lie. Well, that's true, they don't, but you have to truly understand them in context. Pitch caught the outside corner to Austin Baker. He's 2 for 3. And that pitch is outside. Schutte looks in and delivers. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. Schutte delivers. And that's a strike called on the outside corner at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. We're in the top of the 7th. Cavs up by a run. And there's a ground ball foul on the third base side. Count holds at 2-2. And strike 3 called to James Schutte, or by James Schutte to Austin Baker. 2 down, and it's going to bring up Lucas Johnson. Johnson is 2 for 3. Single to left, single to center, drove in a run, and also struck out looking. There's a fly ball out into center field. Tillman coming on, and he makes the catch and has to go back and get his hat. But for the Bullfrogs, nothing across in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we have played 6.5. Time for the 7th inning stretch as you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV.
NLWN-2 invites you to join us in our time machine and journey back to the 1860s for some vintage baseball with the Menominee Blue Caps. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, June 8th, as the Blue Caps will take on the Rum River Rovers and the Afton Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. That's vintage baseball, Monday, June 8th on NLWN-2.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
So we're going to head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Cavaliers on top precariously 2-1. How's that for a word, Jay?
Yeah, good.
Precariously. That's mid-season form. Yeah, I've got Dan confused over here.
Yeah, it's very early for anything past 3 syllables.
You better look that up. Make sure it's a word.
Well, Jay, I was counting on you having the Cavaliers get a lead for us, but
well, I at least kept it.
Kept the lead they had, yes. So leading off for the Cavaliers, we have Mason Yarrington. He swings and misses at the first pitch. No balls and a strike. And he fouls that one away, so it's 0-2. Yarrington is 0 for 2 today. Popped to second and grounded over to short. And the pitch, swung foul tip back to the net. Yarrington stays alive. No balls and 2 strikes to Mason Yarrington. And the pitch. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. 1 away. Brings up Trenton Palmer. Palmer's got a 2-hit night going. He's singled both times to left field. Got as far as third base on the second time around. That pitch is inside. Ball 1. And the pitch. High hopper over to second base. Toss to first. Lucas Tarathke in time. And 2 down. Takes us back to the top of the order to Brayton Tillman. Tillman's 1 for 2. He struck out and tripled. He also drew a walk. He did come in and score one of the 2 Cavs runs. That was on a wild pitch. And that pitch went inside for a ball. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's high for ball 2. Looks almost like Ethan Bartles is being pretty careful around Brayton Tillman after he laced that triple. There's a shot. It's going to get through the infield and a base hit for Tillman. He has a 2-hit night going. So Tillman's at first. Brings up Riley Gopinski. He's 0 for 2. Popped to short and flew out to center field. He did draw a walk. Advanced as far as third base back in the first inning. Cavs mounted a threat there in the first inning and couldn't get anybody across. There's a fly ball out in center field. Coming in is Boyarski, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played 7, and the Cavs are on top, 2-1 on NLWN-TV.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown. Stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Back here in the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at Carson Park, Rick Olson, Jay Fall, Dan Petchow, and Amanda Lemler bringing you tonight's game. And we've got a dandy for you. Cavaliers on top, 2-1 over the Beef River Bullfrogs. Heading into the 8th inning. Due up for the Bullfrogs, Reese Lucas, Carter Johnson, and Ryan Gray. Lucas, a former Cavalier several years ago. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice and fouled out to Sam Knickerbocker right over on the third baseline in foul territory. He swung and missed at that first one. Schutte delivers. That's high. Tried to get the curveball to come down in. Schutte at the letters. And delivers. And that's a strike called on the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And strike 3 called. He caught the inside corner with that one, and Lucas goes down looking. That's the 3rd time he's been a victim of the strikeout. 2nd time looking tonight. Brings up Carter Johnson. He's 0 for 3. Flew out to center field twice. Struck out. Schutte delivers. And that missed for ball 1. Must have been a hair low because that sure looked like it caught that outside corner. And the pitch. Chopper back to the mound. Schutte with it. Fires to first in time. Oh, it got past Delikowski and heading on over to second. That's going to be an error. And that's going to be an error on Schutte on the low throw. Delikowski didn't have much of a chance at that one. It was plenty of time. It was just out of his reach. So Johnson's on at second and brings up Ryan Gray. So the tying run in scoring position. Gray is 1 for 2. Singled his last time up to center field. And there's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Schutte delivers. And there's strike 3. Caught him looking. That's the 3rd strikeout for Schutte in his inning and 2/3 of work. And up steps Wes Boyarski's 0 for 3. Struck out. Grounded to short on a spectacular play by Erickson. And then grounded to Yarrington at second. And that pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Schutte looks over and now delivers. That's outside for a ball. Schutte delivers. That's a strike called right down the middle of the plate. For a minute there, Denny Whiteside was a little late with that call. I thought he was going to call it low or something. But no, he finally put the right arm up for the strike. And the 1-2 pitch. And that missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. And that got him. Boyarski got hit by the pitch. So with 2 down, we now have 2 on. And up steps Taylor Rathke. He's 0 for 3. He's still looking for his first hit of the season. That'd be a big one right now. A base hit would probably drive in the tying run. Pitch is outside. A ball and no strikes. Schutte looks at second. And it's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, Schutte looks over at second. The 2-0 pitch. It's outside for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes, 2 down. Tying run at second. Throw over to first. Not in time. Schutte's got a pretty quick snap throw to first. And the pitch. That missed for ball 4. So Rathke draws the walk and loads the bases. Brings up Brendan McCabe. McCabe is 1 for 3, single to center field his first time up. Then he grounded to short and went down looking, and Ryan Bemister wants to go out and have a talk with James Schutte and the rest of the infield.
Final score in the CRBL action, Eau Claire Bears 11, Chippewa Lumberjacks 1.
So we have another final from the CRBL. The Eau Claire Bears knocked off the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks 11-1 in a game that went 8 innings. Lumberjacks are the Cavaliers' next opponent on Sunday. Doubleheader up in Chippewa Falls, and we'll be there for that. That first pitch is fouled back by McCabe. No balls and a strike. Schutte looking in and delivers. There's a strike called. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 down. We're in the top of the 8th. And the pitch, outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schutte at the belt. And the 1-2 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. Well, the Bullfrogs threaten in the 8th, but they get nothing. No runs on no hits. There was 1 Cavalier error, and the bases were left full. We've played 7.5, and it's the Cavs 2, Bullfrogs 1 on NLWN-TV.
Our next game will be on Sunday, May 17th, when the Cavaliers take on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader. Coverage on NLWN-TV begins with In the Dugout Show at noon. That's Cavalier Baseball on Sunday, May 17th on NLWN-TV.
Cavalier baseball, we're ready to fight!
Back here at Carson Park. Going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Cavs on top, 2-1. Ethan Bartle still on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Cavs 2 runs, 8 hits. They've committed 1 error. Bullfrogs 1 run, 8 hits, and they have not committed any errors. Cavs have threatened, what did you say, Jay? They had left 8 on last time you looked?
Yep.
And I don't think they've had any base runners since then. Well, Tillman got left on.
Yep, so that'd be 9.
So, due up for the Cavaliers, Caden Erickson, Sam Knickerbocker, and Jerome Delikowski. And the first pitch to Erickson. Line shot out into left field, and getting under it is Felstead to make the catch. One pitch and one out. It's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker is 1 for 3 tonight. Flew out to center, singled to right. Hits a high pop-up foul territory. A convergence of players and making the catches McCabe. 2 pitches, 2 outs. That's going to bring up Jerome Delikowski. He grounded to third his first time up. There's a fly ball. That's deep. Out into left center field. And it's gone. We've been waiting years for Jerome Delikowski to get a hold of one. And there it went. A home run to center field. And Ethan Bartles had said there is no Kapanke to go yard on him here. Well, we have a Delikowski that can do the job just as well.
Towering shot. Wow.
And that was one of those no-doubters. It leaves the bat, and you knew that that was going way back there. 3-1. That's a big run for the Cavs. Cole Timon steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3, fouled out twice to Rathke over at first. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees. He also flew out to center field. And the pitch, line shot right into the glove of Lucas Johnson over at third. So the Cavs go down in the 8th, but not without one run courtesy of Jerome Delikowski's home run to center field. And nobody left on base. So we've played 8, and it's the Cavaliers 3, the Beef River Bullfrogs 1 on NLWN-TV.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, your mind.
Love?
Your mind.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love your mind.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
And we head into the top of the 9th inning. Do or die now for the Beef River Bullfrogs. Cavs on top, 3-1. Due up for the Bullfrogs, top of the order, Ty Felstead, then Austin Baker and Lucas Johnson. Felstead is 1 for 4. Struck out twice, flew out to center, and singled to left. And the first pitch is low and away for ball. Oh, he called it a strike. He sometimes makes that sign right out in front of his body, and we can't see it from here. That was outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Felstead. James Schutte still on the mound. There's a high hopper over to Erickson at short. Throw to first in time, just barely. Felsted's quick. That's going to bring up Austin Baker. He's 2 for 4. Single to left, double to left. He also popped to short and struck out looking his last time up. And that one got him in the shoulder. Well, that'll bring Lucas Johnson to the plate. He's 2 for 4. Single to left, single to center with an RBI. Struck out and flew out to center. Baker has a pretty good lead at first. There's a fly ball out towards center field. Tillman moving over. Coming in is Palmer, and he makes the catch. So that's going to leave it up to Reese Lucas. He's 0 for 4. Struck out 3 times and fouled out to Knickerbocker. 2 down. Last chance for the Bullfrogs. Runner on first. And the pitch outside for ball 1. James Schutte in line for a save here. And the pitch, it's outside, ball 2. He does not want to put the tying run on base if he can avoid that. Best way to do that is get him out here. That's low and away for ball 3. And the 3-0 pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Still a hitter's pitch right now. Hitter's pitch for Lucas. There's a foul back into the screen. So the count goes full. It'll be traveling time now for Austin Baker. He should be off on the pitch. Bullfrogs down to their last strike. Schutte at the belt. Runner goes, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. So for the Bullfrogs, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Final score tonight, Cavaliers 3, Bullfrogs 1, and we will have all kinds of information about this one when we get to talking baseball, and we'll have that coming up right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father, so I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
You've been watching Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV. This copyrighted presentation has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with the Eau Claire Cavaliers and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form, without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and the Eau Claire Cavaliers is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game. Time out for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here in the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility with Talkin' Baseball with Jay Fall and myself, Dan Petchow on the camera, Dan Petchow on the computer, Amanda Lemler on the camera. And we had a good one today. Jay, Cavs come out on top 3-1.
Yeah, it was close throughout most of it. And then Jerome Delikowski with a round tripper and to put the Cavs ahead for good. And looks like the Cavs improved behind the plate quite a bit from the last outing, as well as in the field. Still had one error, but didn't do too much damage. So Cavaliers looking at going into a doubleheader on Sunday with the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, who fell to the Bears tonight. I think it was 11-1.
Right. Yeah, the 11-1, the Bears defeated the Lumberjacks, so they'll be loaded for bear, no pun intended, against the Cavaliers.
Sure.
Hey, let's look at the numbers on tonight's game. The Beef River Bullfrogs had 1 run on 8 hits. They committed no errors, and the Cavs had 3 runs on, I think it was 10 hits. Let me count these up again real quickly, unless you have that handy, Jay.
I had come up with 9.
That could be.
Because
the home run was the 9th. You're right. Yep. So 3 runs on 9 hits, and they committed 1 error. Winning pitcher in tonight's game was Milner, and Andrew Milner had 6 innings pitched, gave up 1 run. It was earned on 8 hits, did not walk anybody, had 10 strikeouts. Milner threw a really nice 6 innings for the Cavaliers tonight. Yep. And picking up the save was James Schutte, who went 3 innings, gave up no runs, no hits, walked 1, and struck out 5. A good solid 3 innings by Schutte. And losing pitcher going the distance for the Bullfrogs and actually having a pretty good performance was Ethan Bartles. And he threw a nice ball game. He had somebody go long on him again, and that's what happens to him here at Carson Park, and it came and bit him again. So we are waiting for Cavalier manager Ryan Bemister. He should be up here shortly, and so we will wait for him to get here. And while we wait, we will take this time out on NLWN-TV.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
serious, man. I actually drive better when I'm on it. If anything, I'm more careful. It just helps me focus. It just helps me focus, you know?
And we're back here at Carson Park talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemister. And what a difference 10 days makes.
Yeah, I guess so. It would have been nice to get more runs out there, but yeah, it was good. It was a nice win. Very good win.
Hey, that third one was kind of fun.
Third one was
We've
fun.
been waiting for a long time for Jerome Delikowski to get a hold of one like that. And we knew once he did, it was going to go.
Yeah. That's, what was that, second or third he's hit with us so far in his 3 years? Yeah, he hit the crap out of that ball, for sure.
It was what we call a no-doubter. The moment it left the bat, it was...
Yeah, I wasn't even... I'll be honest with you. I was talking to Ecker about what the situation might be with pitching. So my back was to the field when I yelled, go Rome or whatever, and I hear... And I turn and I'm like, yeah, that ball's gone. I didn't have to do anything. I just stand there and go, nice job, Rome.
And what a nice pitching performance by Andrew Milner. I saw him down in the locker room before the game, and he said he was excited for this game because he hadn't played a game in 2 weeks. And he didn't show any rust at all.
No, he looked really good. You can tell he tired out a little bit in the end, but he threw a lot of pitches. It was a tough zone for both teams tonight. They had to figure it out early, which both teams did. But yeah, he kind of ran out of a little gas. He said he'd probably give us, 6 or 7. He got us through 6, which is, really good for a first outing in the year. And, then Schutz comes in and basically closes the door on it. So that was good.
I was very impressed with that. He struggled a little bit against the Whitetails back on the third, but he came out and gave up no hits, only walked 1, struck out 5. Nice performance for a 3-inning close.
Yeah, he's going to get comfortable. He knows most of the guys, but again, this is the new team for him. He played for Hudson for a few years, so just get him acclimated with playing at Carson Park all the time in front of crowds like this, and just to get him comfortable. And now that you can tell what he looks like when he's comfortable. And he wanted the ball. He showed up here after work, and I told him I'd use him in relief, and that's exactly what happened.
Ryan, were you pleased with the defensive improvement from game to game?
That was actually the first thing that we mentioned in the huddle afterwards. I said, take a look. There's only one mistake, and it was by a relief pitcher. So we'll give that away. But I said we cleaned up the game, and that made a big difference because we actually had guys not playing in normal positions tonight, comfortable. We had a third baseman, an outfielder. We had a utility guy that's still hobbling a little, playing second base there. A new kid that just joined us with Pancrats, put him out in left field. I don't know if he played left field in college or right field, but he went out there and was adjusted fine. So I was really happy with the way the defense played.
And Caden Erickson, that stab he made behind second, and then was still able to make the throw to first.
Yeah, that's a Caden of old, the young Caden. Now he's an old Caden, so hopefully he's got more of those plays in his pocket, but we'll see.
I have a hard time looking at him and thinking of old Caden. I mean, I remember him back in high school. And
this is year 5 for that kid. So
it is. It has snuck up on us.
Yes, it has.
So you're 1-1 now, and a much better performance tonight. More of the Cavaliers we've been looking to see. And you got the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks coming up on Sunday. What do you know about them?
Similar team from last year. They picked up a couple of good bats. I know that for sure. We'll see where everybody is. It's still early in the season. There's still guys coming back from college, and there's guys getting done with college and stuff like that. So we'll see what they have. I heard they didn't do too well tonight. They kind of got beat up by the Bears, but the Bears are really good. I mean, what do you say? So, we'll see. I don't know. We're gonna enjoy this one a little bit. That's Beef River. That's how they play baseball. They scratch and scratch and scratch, and those guys. That's a good damn team over there, and well coached and good players. I love playing those guys. That's why we have a non-conference with them.
I was going to say we get an extra shot at them this year, and that'll be kind of fun too.
We're gonna have fun. Bartles and I were already talking about that. It's a good relationship. That's how it should be in the CRBL. So it's fun.
I did have to laugh a little with Ethan Bartles. He came up to me before the game, and I've known Ethan. I mean, he was a broadcaster with us for a year or two back in the beginnings of NLWN-TV, and he said, well, you don't have a Kapanke on the roster, so there's nobody to go yard against me. Well, I'm sorry, Ethan, but it happened again.
That's the bad part. You look at us, we're usually built for speed and stuff like that, but you look at our roster this year, and I think we have 5 guys that can do what Rome did tonight, probably on a consistent basis between the 5 of them. That's how scary they are. We got 2 college guys that had multiple home runs this year, 3 college guys that had multiple home runs this year, plus you throw Rome in there. Plus, I think Caden's got a little bit of pop in that bat still, so I think we could really hurt some teams with the long ball, which is not what I usually say with our team. So,
well, congratulations on the 3-1 win over the Beef River Bullfrogs, and we'll talk to you after the doubleheader in Chippewa Falls.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And we'll be back with more of Talkin' Baseball right after this on NLWN-TV.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Back here in the Marine Credit Union broadcast facility at historic Carson Park, as we're going to wrap things up tonight for the Cavaliers coming away 3-1 winners over the Beef River Bullfrogs. And again, we want to thank Ryan Bemister for coming up, and he's always so complimentary when he comes up and talks with us. And so Laura, he's been on his best behavior. So Jay, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, great effort for game number 2, and looking forward to the matchup with Chippewa Falls on Sunday afternoon for the Cavs to get some more early season action in.
And in fact, make sure you join us here on NLWN-TV as we bring you the Cavaliers. They're traveling up to Carson Park in Chippewa Falls, and the Cavs will be taking on the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in their CRBL doubleheader. That coverage will begin at noon with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the live play-by-play action of both games. That's a Cavalier doubleheader on Sunday on NLWN-TV. Also, make sure you join us on Monday, June 8th. On NLWN-2 as we bring you vintage baseball featuring the Menominee Blue Caps. The Blue Caps will be hosting the Rum River Rovers. Say that quickly a few times. And the Afton Red Sox from Carson Park. Coverage will begin on the 8th at 7 p.m. on NLWN-2. Join us on NLWN-TV on Monday as we bring you our final broadcast of the season of the Colfax Viking baseball. The Vikings will head over to Clear Lake to take on the Clear Lake Warriors. The bullpen show will begin at 4:40 with play-by-play action to follow. Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all the Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. I want to remind you that tonight's Eau Claire Cavalier game has been brought to you by Marine Credit Union, with offices in Eau Claire at 3604 Oakwood Hills Parkway. and whose team is there to guide you. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. An Auto Vision Center, windshield repair and replacement on North Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and the Chippewa Valley Museum, where you can connect with the roots of the valley right here in Carson Park. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball all season long on NLWN-TV. So for Jay Fall, along with Dan Petchow on the computer, Amanda Lemler on the camera, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, Cavaliers 3, Beef River Bullfrogs 1. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on NLWN-TV.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV.
In the heart of a small town where the rivers flow, there's a spirit rising up and it's starting to grow. Carson Park's the place where dreams come alive. Eau Claire Cavaliers, the reason we thrive. With the crack of the bat and the roar of the crowd, we spell baseball magic and we shout it out loud. For over 50 years of history, pride and cheer in this town, we're all family, the love sincere. Eau Claire Cavaliers, we wear it with pride. Big time baseball in a small town ride. From the bases to the bleachers, hear the fans sing. For the love of the game, together we bring. In this town standing tall, we always belong. With Eau Claire Cavaliers, we'll keep singing our song. Through the ups and the downs, we'll face every fight. With grit in our hearts, we'll shine ever bright. Eau Claire Cavaliers, we wear it with pride. Big time baseball in a small town ride. From the bases to the bleachers, hear the fans sing. For the love of the game, together we bring. So raise up your voices, let the stories be told. In Eau Claire's pure heart, our legacy bold. With the Cavaliers shining like stars in the night. Big time in a small town, forever in our sight.